Right. In this session, we are going to discuss about a scenario, especially as a healthcare business analyst, especially when we are working on integration part, right? So, etc. All that. So, as a BA, we need to have some real exposure, which is always important as a business analyst. In this regards, understanding different scenarios is one of the key and important element which is essentially required. So hence I have taken one scenario which is about integrating HL7 FHIR standards into data pipelines as a BA. So if this is the scenario, how are we addressing that and how are we moving further? That is something which I am going to explain. So as a BA, normally when we are working on healthcare environment, either from the provider side or a payer side, we must ensure healthcare data that is must be standardized and at the same time it must be interoperable. Followed by this, it must be easily accessible for different stakeholders when we are aligning to the business objectives. Because when as a BA, when we are providing solutions for any healthcare solution, something of that, defining the business objectives and goals and reaching towards business objectives and goals is one of the key and important factor to be performed with. In this regard, so as a BA, we must involve in ensuring the healthcare data to be standardized. So if this is as a BA, you need to know, first of all, we must be knowing about as a business analyst, what is that something we do? First, if you want to know that, first as a BA, we must be knowing about what HL7 FHIR is all about. FL7, HL7 and FHIR is a kind of standard for exchanging healthcare information technology, especially electronically, because when we are transforming the data, we transform in an electronical format, which majorly provides us a standardized approach to share as well as integrate healthcare data like something like patient records or lab results. At the same time, medications, so that it must be flexible enough, it must be scalable enough, and as well as it must be easy for uh, end users to, and easy for a technical team to implement that. So HL7 FHIR, generally this is a standard when we are working on EHR electronic health records majorly. But to do that, when we are trying to implement that, we require some kind of data pipelines that are to be created because these are the different steps and as well as the kind of processes that are involved in extracting, transforming, and loading the data. That's where generally we know, like we all call it as ETL process, right? So from different sources into a central system or warehouse, etc. So that when we are making it available for any kind of analysis and decision making. So being into technical business analyst roles, we should ensure integration team to implement these standards into a data pipeline, majorly allows any healthcare organizations to manage as well as transform or analyze the healthcare data, which follows a common format. At the same time, it also make it easier for working for data across various systems, etc. In the process of understanding as a BA, we must be knowing about what must be our focus. Okay. So as a business analyst, we have to focus on ensuring integration of FHIR standards into the data pipeline, which majorly aligns with any kind of business needs for healthcare organization. Also, it also maximizes the business value of the integration part. So these are the focus area. As a BA, we must ensure this must be the focused area, which we must be knowing. Now, next, what we need to know is that as a business analyst in FHIR integration and all, what will be our role and how are we playing, right? So, what role are we playing, right? So, how are we going to, like, either it can be in form of understanding the business needs and requirements, or it can be aligning FHIR standards with business goals, or it can be relating to the data pipeline requirements, defining any kind of data pipelining requirements. These parts, followed by the kind of example, I'm going to provide some examples, followed by this, what are the different challenges in integration when we are integrating FHR into the data pipelines, all that. So that I'm going to discuss with you, followed by the conclusion that I'm going to discuss in the next session.